All right, people, back. This is hmm, another sex talk video, and this one's gonna be does or can dancing and art and speaking multiple languages, can those actually help you get hot women? Can those actually help you score? And you guys do know what scoring is. I put some eye drops in my in my eyes. So if my eyes look weird out, it's because I put some eye droppings in my eyes before I did, back to back videos. Now, you see, we live in a world where it's very competitive and only the strong shall survive. Only those that figure it out before it's too little too late get to the top. And you see those that don't figure it out, well, you see what happens to those guys. And I never made a video about does dancing actually help you get women's attention, and does it work? Is it powerful? Is it effective? I think if you're doing break dancing like Michael Jackson, that soft touch dancing like he did, oh yeah, you're gonna get a lot of attention from women. Now if it's battle dancing like get crumped in the street type of dancing, then you might get some hardcore ghetto chicks, and if that's not what you're not into, then you may not want to do that type of level of dancing. Now, I don't believe it's just dancing by itself. I do strongly believe that it is dancing. You can go to college and take dance classes where they teach you how to do that same level of dance as Chris Brown, Michael Jackson, and countless other musical artists have learned how to dance. Um, and you see, dancing is something that was around for years, but it wasn't until the late 70s, early 80s that a lot of guys started looking at dancing like, I don't know. And then it wasn't until the 90s and the 2000s that when I was in school, everyone was trying to sign up for dance class because they saw that it would get some attention from women. Or as LeBron James once said, he went to go play basketball because it gets women's attention. Well, dancing would be the same thing as that. Now, if you're a man that's from the age of 18 to 29 and you want to know, can dancing help you? The answer is yes. You have an 80 to 85% chance that this will get a lot of women's attention. Now, don't be shocked or surprised if you try to spit game at a black woman or a white woman or a Latino woman or an Asian woman and it doesn't work right away. It might take you some time, but this does not work on every female. So don't be trying to go to the nightclubs and the bars and be trying to hit up the schools and the gyms and try it on every woman. It's only going to work on some of the women, and some of the women are not going to pay attention and care for it, and some women will find it physically sexually attractive. So don't be thinking, well, because I said in the video that dancing helps, it helps, but it doesn't work on everyone. That's like me going to the gym and getting to the world's best athletic shape and then trying to walk up and hit on every female. It doesn't mean I'm going to get every woman's attention just because I'm one handsome son of a bitch. So I'm just giving you the raw truth, raw and uncut and unscripted. Now, I don't think it's just dancing by itself. I think it's a combination of other stuff that can pair up with your dancing. I think most men don't learn their champagnes. That's just what it is. Pretty soon we'll make a YouTube video in spring break on what are the difference between wine and champagne. They're both in the same universe, but what's the difference of wine and champagne, and how you can use wine and champagne to your advantage. So I'm going to show you how you game females with that, because that's something that pickup artists and dating coaches, they never talk about that shit. Dancing, they tell you dancing's for punks, right? Anybody that tell you that if you dance you must be a punk, that's not true. What it is if you're a masculine man, they want to make it seem like that dancing is for guys that are pussyfied. Not every guy that dance is a punk bitch, okay? Some guys dance because it's their dream. It's their, like Michael Jackson, he didn't give a damn what you thought about him dancing on stage and doing the moonwalk. I mean, he didn't give a damn. And Michael Jackson kind of opened the doors and say you can be a masculine man and dance and still be respectful and still get loved and respected. So if Michael Jackson can do it, you can do it. You can dance as well. Now, you could use a combination of art. I remember when I was in college, art was like one of the biggest trades that you could learn in college. It wasn't just, okay, I'm going to take television class and film class. It was theater and art, and dancing and music was the best majors to take in college. And right close at number one, it was music was number one, dancing was number two, art was number three, and then I think there was a section called speaking languages. And I think if you take dancing, art, true traditional classical art, and some multiple languages, you will be one unstoppable son of a bitch. I mean, women will be like, God damn, this guy's multi-talented. So if you're not that physically sexually attractive, you can make up with it with a lot of substance. Meaning, just because a woman say you're not my type of man, that doesn't mean you bang your head against the damn wall 7 days a week, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, and lose your goddamn mind. What that means is you self-improve yourself. It might take 6 months, might take a year, might take 2, 3, 4, 5, hell, it might take 7, 8 years before somebody notice you're multi-talented. Not everybody sees it right away. Not everybody notices it right away. It's the same thing when you go to the gym. Just because you're in athletic shape and you play basketball and football, that doesn't mean every woman stops and goes, oh my God, he's hot. It's not like the movies and the television shows and shit. Sometimes it's going to take a long while for women to notice. And when they do notice, they will take great appreciation. Now, it may not be the girl you like. It might be some girl from the movie theater, the park, or the gym, or from another city or state. These things, they do happen. You know, you plan on getting the attention of one girl, and for whatever reason, you know, that girl's going to tell you, I got a boyfriend, sorry. And it might be 5 years later. It might be 10 years later. If she breaks up with the guy and she still remember you, she might bring up in the conversation, I remember you were dancing at one time in college. And some guys might kind of look at that and go, that's 10 years too late. And some guys might make a rule of the exception. It all depends on the guy. Like I said, in this video, I don't think it's just dancing. I think it's a combination of dancing with some art and speaking multiple languages. Like if you speak Spanish, or if you speak Chinese or Portuguese or French, oh, you one bad son of a bitch. If you can speak 3 to 4 different languages at once with the art and with the dancing, you're one bad son of a bitch. Who could touch you? Who could mess with you? I mean, you could make the average man pee in his pants, and he could be bigger than you, stronger than you, and faster than you. But if he ain't multi-talented, oh, then you got him beat. Now, even if you do master 3 languages, you know how to dance, and you learn some type of level of art, like I said, that doesn't mean every woman's gonna notice it. Trust me, I've seen some guys get called punks when they were in high school and college, and guess what? Those guys were getting phone numbers left and right. You know, they may be called punk, but by the end of the day, he got phone numbers. By the end of the day, women are letting him take them out to lunch and dinner. And sure enough, he scores. Now, I'm not saying you're going to score all the time or knock a home run out of the park in baseball. I'm not saying you're going to send the basketball game in overtime. And I'm not saying you're going to always drive the football into the end zone all the time. What I'm saying is you got an 80 to 85% chance of learning a skill, learning a trade, something that the average guy doesn't use to his advantage. So remember, just because someone call you a punk because you want to dance, just remember you get more phone numbers than the guy that calls you a punk. And I've had some friends 10 years ago that was in high school and college that all they ever did was speak multiple languages, do art, and dance, and they had in their phone book shitloads of phone numbers that you couldn't imagine. And when we were jealous, we would say shit like, well, man, that's fake, man, that ain't a real phone number. And he would take it out and call and go, what's this right here on the other end of the dial? And we'd be like, oh shit, that shit does work. And guess what? Your best friend might know something that you don't know. So it's not always good to judge a book by its cover just because somebody look like a punk because they're into dancing. yeah, it could help you score. And I've noticed on YouTube, ain't no one trying to make them type of videos because they don't think it would help them score. But you'll be surprised. See, we always talk about if we get rich and famous, we talk about going to the gym, we talk about obvious shit. But what we don't talk about is the shit that we don't think is obvious. And no guy thinks about, what if I use art? Or what if I speak multiple languages? Or what if I dance? You know, you hear it, but we don't believe it until somebody else demonstrates that it does work. Now, when we get to spring break, I don't know when in spring break because I have to go to jury duty. I got to go to court because in order to get out of jury duty, I might have to serve, and that could last 2 or 3 weeks. And somewhere around that time period, I'm going to make a video on wine and champagne and how you can use that to your advantage. Because I feel like some men, when they go out to dinner with a girl, I don't think most of us know shit about champagne or wine. And the girl will be the one schooling us. And then you get an old man laughing like, how is it that this 18, 19-year-old woman know about champagne and wine and your ass don't? So I'm going to have to make a video on spitting some game on that because the pickup artists and the dating coaches, they ain't going to teach you that shit. You know, I'm just giving you straight common sense. I'm dropping some mad fire in this video. Until then, peace.